interesting because our next item is a honey lozenge. So this is a honey lozenge, which is very much a soothers. And again, because we tried different honeys, the soothers for us was the right shape and the right packaging and the right thing. The idea that it had a liquid center. So you needed a moment of a, like that, like that breakthrough moment that you break through something and then you burst through into a really soft, liquid, gooey center. And here, this one is, if you can see, it's actually wrapped inside the thyme taken from the apiary. So we went up to an apiary in the north of England and recorded the sounds of the beehive. So the busy bees are really busy, and they spent a lot of time harvesting every single drop of honey in order to make honey. So I think it's about honoring the work that goes into certain food items as well, and mindfulness and the idea of hyperlocality. So obviously this is a soothers, but yeah, the time which you have wrapped around is from that very apiary. So I think it's really nice to have that connection as well there from sound and items around there. So yes, so should we just go into the beehive? lovely. It feels like we're all there together, having this trip together to the north of England, to Newcastle.
Yeah, I grew up having these lozenges when I was ill. This was a very different experience.
Not accompanied by beehives, no?
Right, right. I mean, I usually associate it with some sort of relief, but there's this notion of like I'm having this because I have a bad cough or like, this. It just I felt like I was, I don't know, the hills are alive, skipping through this field.
You managed to have the sound difference as you broke through the outer casing to the liquid center, or did you manage to coincide with the sound inside the beehive? Because like we start outside and then we're going inside, so it's a bit like if you're scared of bees, it becomes for a moment quite claustrophobic. But obviously, that's the idea, is to coincide with a breaking through the gooey center there as well. So I love the honey piece because it obviously like you have a lot of flavor in honey. Obviously, that there's honey and eucalyptus in there, which is really interesting as a flavor note. And then you have to see the mouth feel. The idea is something that is just sweet and sticky, and then you have the gooey, the change in viscosity and the thickness. And then you obviously have the provenance as well, that hyper provenance, the idea that honoring the bee that is making it while I'm tasting it. So to create that weird, not weird, but almost spiritual or mindful, very much like a mindfulness connection.
I don't think I broke through to the gooey center yet.
Oh, all right. So, because you're approximating it on people's, like some people are very like they like impatience and the impatient level. So one of the parameters was like the human impatient level is so high that at some point people do put more tension and pressure towards the sweetness.
I think it's happening now.
You can put the buzzing back on.
Yeah, yeah. You on it for a second?
The
Yeah.
experience that I was having with it was like the time, like earthy element, like connected me back to the work of the bees, it felt like. And then like I interpreted the like for me it was like more restful. There was like a restful cycle somewhere where it was like work, 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 and rest, 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 work, 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 and rest, 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 rest. And like I was just it was like a sort of hanging with the bees, like in that state of mind.
Yeah, because they dipped in and out, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you can end up flying out and then you come back in, you come up, and obviously that's what they do all day. But I think it's really nice. I mean, something as simple as the sound of a beehive, to actually have these recordings and the taste of something, how the taste of provenance and proximity, and almost the idea of the making, someone creating the very food item you're eating, and actually almost having that really kind of very intimate connection, and like obviously cross species, whether it's a human or not, but or in that case the bee. Like the idea of, I think that's really interesting to almost bridge that gap of time as well, because obviously it does take quite a like a long, it's almost like a sonic time lapse as well.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, that's like the honey for me. It's like it's something that brings the two together.